I'm Gomei, damn it.
All right.
Actually, my real name is Richard Gomez. There's been people out here who didn't know my real name, and I used to challenge them, and if they could figure out my real name without going to manifest, and the girls wouldn't give me up, I would give them $20. And one day Chad got me, Tandem Chad, but he was close enough, so I gave it to him. I made my first jump in 1968. Yeah, that was in the military. I was 18 years old. After I made my first skydive in the military, I was in active duty for, I want to say, six years was my first hitch. I had the fortune, how would I say it? I was fortunate enough to make it into airborne and get onto Halo school. It was a very great learning experience. Once I got out of the military, I spent 6.5 years. I got out and I didn't jump for almost 8 years. And some friends of mine wanted to go for a jump, cousin and some buddies, you know, and I said, oh, yeah, we could do that. So we went to the pig farm in Wisconsin, and they had the old T10s with the belly warts, and you had to wear the painter suits, combat boots, the big bell helmets. It was probably the point in my life where when I went out there and made that jump, I didn't realize how much I had missed it. And once I left the door, it was like I was hooked, and I never looked back. I've been skydiving since 1980. Yeah, I have close to 4,000 jumps. Well, I've been at Skydive Chicago since the conception. The very beginning. I'm probably one of the most frequent. I've been jumping here before it was Skydive Chicago, when it was Skydive Sandwich. Since I want to say 1981 or 82, I've been sport jumping. Mainly I hang out a lot, but I skydive, mostly skydive, but I also work here sometimes from time to time. Normally I work the loading area, fueling planes, hot starting them, and basically on the ramp, as we call them, known as ramp rats. Well, my job mainly requires, first of all, you have to be customer service ready, likeness, The main thing we do is make sure that the planes are loaded properly, in order. There's always a safety factor first, though. You have to sort of keep an eye on people that they don't run down beyond the loading area around spinning propellers. But yeah, make sure everybody has their gears in date, their tags, so we check that. We usually start on a normal weekend. If there's not a boogie going on or a big event, it's usually we're up there at 7 o'clock. Planes, we want to be ready before the planes are going, so we all have a little powwow before then with Donovan. We all, the grounds crew, not the grounds crew, the flight crew, we all gather around, and he says what's going to happen, who's going to do what. And typical day is check in whatever time Donovan wants you there, and first thing you do is go to manifest and get your radio, and make sure the hangar's open up, and they pull the planes out, and you prep. Basically, we prep the loading area. We make sure all the wheels, the loading ramps are out, and make sure the tug's charged, the hot starter. Yeah, well, as we're loading, we have to make sure, checking the tags, all rigs are tagged, so we know that they're in date, the reserves. We check the dates to make sure everybody's, straight to go. And then they get them on the plane. Loading sometimes can be a bit of a challenge, making sure you can squeeze everybody on board sometimes. People may tend to get a little comfortable, but I think sometimes with a little friendly encouragement, everybody knows me, how friendly I am, you get them to tighten it up. Some persons, loaders and fuelers, if we're having a big event, there's somebody, as we call it, the island, so they're out at the fuel station all day. On a normal weekend, yeah, one of us will run out there and fuel the plane. I have to say, for the most part, all the moments have been good. There's different, like you have those moments in your life where you see things and they put that permanent imprint in you, Oh, there's been some times where I've seen leg straps that were on twisted, and they're in a hurry to get in the plane, and people are trying to run down there putting their rig on, and but there's no coming past that red line unless you're fully geared, I have to say probably the one thing that sticks out is the time that Krista removed someone from an aircraft because he kept giving her a very hard time. And yeah, that was pretty entertaining. Like, yeah, you can't run around that side of the plane, or, you can't do this. The other, I want to say the parts I don't like about it, there really isn't many. I mean, it's to get to do a lot of things other people don't get to do. Yeah, I can't say anything really hard part about it. I think the favorite part of my job is being able to interact with all the jumpers and different people. Not only jumpers, first time tandem students, the regular jump masters. You get to meet so many different people from so many walks of life. It all comes down to this one commonality that we do. That's, you have, I want to say you have so many, I've had so many experiences. Some, I don't want to say bad, but not really good. But for the most part, most of the experiences in my skydiving career have been just some beyond awesome. I mean, there's been times we had an opportunity to go to Venezuela to do world's biggest demo, whatever record. And, it was meeting all the different people from the different countries, but yet still, being able to hang with some of your friends here. It basically comes down to, the people that you know. I have to say the best thing about being here is probably the people. It's the relationships you develop with persons that you come to know over the years. Your jumping friends, even those you don't jump with, but you come to know so many people here. Again, as I said, from so many different walks of life. Everybody thinks a little different, but in the whole big picture here, we're all, I want to say it's all family. It's the people that, it's the skydiving, it's the planes, it's this and that, but it comes down to the people and that make the place. It's the people here. Yeah. Oh, there's times I'll come out when even, there's been some issues. I had some arthritis issues, some injury issues, and, a couple of different issues throughout the years. And even, I've had like the first times I weren't able to jump, being bummed out because I couldn't. And then at first sort of staying away. But staying away was even harder because it just, it was that draw to come out here. And then when I started coming out and not being able to jump, I did feel better because I'm able to be around the people I know, my friends, your skydiving friends. Your skydiving friends probably become another family that you have. I've been a proponent of, always, I'm family oriented when it comes to my family at home. That's one thing that'll always be. Those are relatives. When you come to the drop zone, this is family. And we're not like, any other family. I have to say we are like any other family. You'll have, that cousin that's goofy, crazy, your brother that's this and that, all the different people you meet. But I have to say, you even have the one, well, there's that little black sheep, that person that's just that little bit off here. It's just the same as your home family. But when you come here, it's, in the thick, no matter what the issues are amongst the other people, it all comes down, if something happens or somebody's in need, we're all there for each other. It's pretty much always been that way. We look out for each other. That's why I say it's family. Yeah, but he wanted to land over in behind her, and they told him, wait till we're done, wait till we take off.
Look at that. But you guys charging that in between loads?
Every time we do. Why, is it coming across weak?
Yeah, it just seemed like the second engine was real weak last time.
Yeah. Well. Here they come. Mick, don't let them come out till we're running. You want them on before you want to let them load before we start up? Bring them on, bring them on, bring them on. We're ready.
Hang on. Stay there. Go ahead. Stay there. Behind you. I'll run your ass over, man.